Peace. What's good, y'all? I was in here last night till like 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, and I broke the habit of staying up real late because I got kids. But I've been so excited about mixing. I know how to basic mix. But let me wait till some people get in here before I start talking. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I ain't gonna say much or nothing. I'm gonna wait till we get some people in here, then I'll go ahead and tell you what I'm doing.
Peacekeeper, granddaddy false heat seeker. Peacekeeper, granddaddy false heat seeker. Watch the steppers getting deeper, deeper.
y'all. I was trying to wait till I had some people up in here, but listen, for those who is watching, basically all I'm doing is I'm really not a mixer, but I normally send my stuff out to get mixed. But I felt this time I start learning because I can get it to sound good, but with the new technology and all that, with these AirPods and all that, it's not my mixes don't sound the same, and plus I don't hear the same anyway. So I was just up here messing around with some mixes. This track I did last night, and I'm pleased. I learned a lot. Last night I spent like 6 hours. I was up till like 5 this morning, 6 o'clock this morning, and I just was going back to the basics of what I learned in school. Um, so that's basically what I'm doing right now, and I'm trying to mix this track to get it to sit right. So I got. Let me see something. I basically went from here. Let me see. Hold up. So yeah, it's like it's fun mixing, but it's very tedious. Very tedious.
Peacekeeper, granddaddy false heat seeker. Peacekeeper, granddaddy false heat seeker. Watch the steppers getting deeper, deeper.
Basically, what I learned was basically what I've been studying, which I didn't do in the past, and now I understand why. Mixing is very tedious. You got to be careful with your ears. Um, I just separate my frequencies. That's the key. So you just learn EQ. I studied sound in the past, but I don't like mixing. But I'm starting to really like it now. So I'm like gonna be mixing my own stuff, but I'm gonna really do some pre-production mixing and send it out. Cause I got some people that want some tracks, and I was supposed to send it out yesterday. I told them that I was gonna send it out Friday or Saturday of the following week, and I got to get this track out to him. So I'm gonna send the track to this guy, and me and him talk. So he gonna mix it. So he got a lot of experience in mixing, but I'm gonna let him do like my mastering of the mix. But I want to kind of get this thing right in my ears the way I want to do it, because I want to start learning to do my own thing. But basically, I just got this bass, and I took this bass, and I just started messing with frequencies. For those, some of y'all probably already know this. For those who don't even produce, this is part of the process. You gotta learn. Like, you gotta isolate yourself, and you gotta get into it. So like I said, I spent hours, and I got some old books I did when I went to school. But this is the base. So I put my EQ in there, and I separate my frequencies. Everything sits in its own frequency. You know what I mean? So you got your bass. So if you had a song and you put an EQ on it, you'll hear bass, you'll hear like the mids, and then you'll hear them highs. So I'm learning how to make it sit. You ever know when you laying in the bed with your woman or your significant other, how y'all beating everything up, gel together, and that shit don't fit right, it be all awkward and shit. So then both of y'all turn to your side. I don't know, that's what I do. But I guess that's a good analogy of that. So I got the bass, and then I came in with the I wanted to hear how my drums sound with it. So my drums, I played my drums, and then I looped them, and then I played the drums when it was like, it comes in, I said, okay, let me listen. But y'all might not be able to hear that bass now unless you got on headsets. I'm playing out loud in the room. The acoustics in here is pretty good, but if you can, you can, but it's best to put on some headsets. And another thing, like with this track, I'm learning, so this just a learning process. This not really the final mix that I'm gonna do, because I gotta separate my kick and my snare, and I ain't done all that. And I know in Ableton I can do all that, but right now I just want to kind of see how the bass fits and how my keys that I played in there, how do they fit in that track. So I'm really kind of trial and error, just messing around with some stuff. So this is basically what I'm doing. So I've decided to let y'all, if you want to watch, you can watch. If not, I'm just going to do it for about maybe 5 more minutes. I'm actually not supposed to be in here this time because I'm breaking up my time with my family. And also, I swim too. So I'd probably get in about 30, 40 laps today. So I got to go swimming in a minute. But that's another thing I'm going to let y'all in on too. Swimming is good for you. So here we go. I'm just going to play around with something so y'all can get what I'm talking about. So what I'm gonna do now, I want to hear how these chords sit in with this sample chop right here. Like this a sample chop right here. That's a sample chop. So I just played some chords to go with that chop and go like this. Look. Here come my chords. They the chords right there, right? So remember I was telling you, this is just a mixing, this is a live mixing thing for those who don't know. For those who do know, feel free to input, because I'm not a mixer. I'm learning to mix. So I'm spending a lot of time in the last couple of days just reading. Now I'm actually applying what I learned to the mix. So they get the chords right. I grabbed these addicted keys from Omnisphere 2. You ain't got Omnisphere, jump on Omnisphere, it's hot. And then this sample is a sample I chopped up. Right? So you hear it. So now this right here is sitting right here in this frequency right here. That's like the mids. I took the mids out of it. And if you can hear the difference, like, check this out. This is on the sample right here. You hear that? How them highs came in there. You don't want that. See? So you gotta get it to sit your ears. Don't sit right next to the speaker. Kind of center yourself. Everybody know that triangle mode. I'm not in the triangle. I'm semi in the triangle, but I kind of know what I want. So just play around with it. But know certain instruments sit in certain frequencies. So if you study the frequency, a lot of people don't want to tell you this. I'm gonna keep it real. I ain't got nothing to hide, because I want to see you do good. That's what my company's called Elevation Cold Current Beats about. Elevation is individual striving elevation. I want to see you elevate. I'm not into that secretive shit. Some things I don't want you to know, but some things that's just my personal thing. I don't want people to know, because I'm not gonna give you all my tricks. I want you to learn, and then you'll figure out your own tricks, and then just add on. So it's basically. But that sample, I sat it in these frequencies right here. Right? And then this one here, I moved it over from like 100 hertz to maybe like 200 hertz. I moved it over and dropped a little bit I like to cut more than boost, because your ears seem to gravitate to the cutting versus boosting it all the way up. It kind of that better to me. So I took these two and I was like, okay, that sounds good. I was like, all right. You feel me? So watch me turn this down a little bit. And watch me bring that sample in there with that. Check this out, listen. You hear that? Listen. Hear how the sample coming in? With them chords, right? I'm trying to match it to make them blend together. Now, that's getting too loud. I don't want that sample too loud. It's loud, right? So what I'm saying, right? Get out of the habit of just sampling. You can sample and separate your frequency, but you should try to fill in your own, play the chords in there or whatever. Try to fill that in on your own. Because sometimes, like, you put it up, they ain't going to know. It's like you masking it, but you putting your own. When they say, do you own the rights to this music? I'm like this. Fuck all that copyright shit. I mean, it's cool, but I own the rights to my creation on top of a creation. So I gelled it together. So now it's my creation. I just added on. And it's laws of copyrights. I chop shit. A couple seconds. I ain't trying to loop a whole damn bar. Cause that's how they're talking about. I think if you loop a whole over like 2 bars, I believe that should be infringement. That's me. So I'll just play things underneath the sample. Remember, that's the sample, right? That's my creation. It's my creation right there on top of that shit. I made my own peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Fuck that. Alright? So, I was like, alright, I'm gonna do that. And this how that sit in with the drums. Oh, when you change one thing in the mixing, if you change something else, it affects the whole mixing. You got to remember what you did and go back in and make sure that you ain't clutter up them frequencies, because these ain't sitting on the same frequencies. These tracks right here ain't sitting on the same frequencies. They got their own frequencies. The drums, I ain't even do the drums. So I know the mix going to be crazy after I separate my hi-hat and I kick and all. That shit going to be sick. So I understand it now. I was backwards with this shit. Like I was like doing things backwards, but now I got it. And that was my own fault, because I just relied on other people to mix my shit. If you can learn the basic, do the basic, but there's other parts of that basic shit that you should know to make the shit pop. So that's what I'm doing. Right, so here go, then I put the bass in there, right? That's that bottom right there. Now this bass right here, this bass came from a sample. So what I'm gonna do is I separated that bass from the sample. Now I'm gonna give you game. That's game to me. Game ain't meant to be sold, it's meant to be told. And for you young cats and for you people out there, this real talk. Now peep this. This part, I'm gonna let you hear. This part right here came from a sample, right? So let me let y'all hear this over here. Check this out. It go like this. That's part of that sample, right? Here it go. Look, watch this shit, y'all. Remember that sample I was telling you about? Listen. If I fuck up, I'm just gonna go back and undo. Look. Let me go redo that. That came from this right here. I separate my frequencies with a high filter and low pass filters right over here. So I separate. I just played well. Okay, I always knew that. Back in the day, to get a bass line from a song, you can still do it to this day. All you got to do is pan one side to the left of when you're playing the album, and you're gonna get bass. You pan it to the right, you're gonna get like guitars and strings. Cause back then they played in mono. And I taught everybody, a lot of people that trick that I mentor a lot of people and show them how to, what I learned. I ain't the best producer, but I use music for therapeutic. I love music. I love sounds. It's just something about the sounds and the frequency that ease my mind. You feel what I'm saying? I'm quite sure everybody know what I'm talking about. So look, so I took that, and you can take a bass out of anything, you can take any sound you want. Just the key is to place the shit in its own frequency. Like in the military, like when you in class, everybody's sitting in their own row. And you ain't cluttered. Look at it like that. You know what I mean? So if you look at it in that perspective, then you'll know how to just make everything fit. Some things can fit in the same frequency, but something might be a little bit louder, a little lower, and then you listen. You gotta listen. So that's what I did. So after I got my bass right, let me make sure my bass is right. I gotta make sure that shit right with the drum though. Cool with that, right? For now, I was cool with that. Yo, check this out. So listen, I'm gonna just say it again. I know I'm saying things over, but I want you to really listen and understand what I'm trying to tell you. This right here is this, but I got the bass out of that. Following me? I got a bass out of that shit. So I was like, okay, I already knew that. I just like to play my own bass. So eventually, I'm going to take this bass and I'm going to play it. I'm going to get a live bass player to come and play that shit. Boom, 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 boom. Simple, right? I can play it myself, but I like a live bass on it. And I got a friend of mine, he play bass, right? So I was like, all right, this is just a foundation. So I can make it tight and clean it up. So I had them sitting right. So I just want y'all to know that. No bass. With bass. I ain't gonna turn up too loud because I can hear pretty good. You can if you ain't got no headsets on. Now, normally what people do is just go ahead and let the bass play in with this sample. When they sample something, the bass was in it. You don't hear no bass in that. If I move these frequencies over, the bass gonna kick in. Watch. Hear it? Hear it? Listen. You hear that bass? So fuck that. I don't wanna do that. I wanna act like I'm in class. You in front of me, you behind me, you on the side of me. Everybody keep their own space. That's how you gotta look at it. But you gotta mess with it. Study sound. Get your sound book and start studying sound in dBs, what the human ear can hear and what it can't hear, what affects it, and you're gonna be good. Don't worry about all that compression, all that right now. Just worry about your EQ, space and shit. All right. So then I did that. All that sat together good. And then this is what I got. Put that in there, then I played my keys. Remember I said I played my keys? Right? Pumped on that, right? And then I went what I did here was I allowed the sample to play out in this section, but I dropped my keys because you could still kind of hear them. This is what it sound like without. This is what it sound like when they play like that. Check this out. Hear it? It just kind of make the beat give it like, instead of it being the same thing, I just drop in and out, right? And then right here, I was like, all right, fuck that. In the mix, I like. Right, then back to that, right? And this is what it sound like with the drums, right? Then that bass dropped in that drum. That's basically really it. And then, you know, after you get that, you just start laying your shit out. You lay it out. Like this where I all started at. This like stuff that with the sample parts that I chopped, and then I put it into like a simpler and all that, and then I put it into a MIDI. Once you get something from a MIDI, you want to turn it into audio because you got more control over audio. So these keys I'm gonna go ahead and put into audio, but I'm gonna do that later when I got done swimming my laps. But it gives you more control. So all I just right now is just basically I'm working with EQ. I ain't did no compressing, and I dropped these vocals in there because I wanted to be able to allow myself to hear. I ain't no rapper. Sometimes I like to rap. I'm a poet. I wanted to hear what vocals sound like in the mix. So I was like, okay, let me see what I got. So I just came up with some lyrics, and here's what I came up with.
Peacekeeper, granddaddy false heat seeker. Peacekeeper, granddaddy false heat seeker. Watch the steppers getting deeper, deeper. Peacekeeper, granddaddy false heat seeker.
Right, here go. This is with it with by itself, dry.
Granddaddy false heat seeker.
Without
Watch
the
the
reverb.
steppers getting deeper, deeper.
Without the reverb.
Granddaddy false.
Now here's with nothing on there. Now, this is why I want you to understand what I'm saying. This is what I'm talking about with frequencies and sound. That's why I always say that. Vibrations, frequencies, sound, because life consists of that. Every time we move sonically, that's what you feeling. Frequencies, vibrations. So I know that. Everybody deal with I deal with energy and kinetic energy too as well. But when you're dealing with in music allows me to know what vibrations, like, you know, when you get around somebody, you know, yo, they got good vibrations, they got good frequencies. That's real talk. That's what I be talking about. So here's the vocals without.
Peacekeeper, granddaddy false heat seeker.
Hear all that muffled shit in there? Right.
Peacekeeper, granddaddy false heat seeker. Watch the steppers getting deeper, deeper. Peacekeeper, granddaddy false heat seeker. Peacekeeper, granddaddy false heat seeker. Watch the steppers getting deeper, deeper.
Now these I allowed to be because that's gonna be like the hook. So I'm working on some hooks. My wife gonna send me some hooks, and I got some other people that gonna send me some hooks too. So I'm working on the hook sound of that frequency of the hooks, how it sounds hitting the track. So I like that.
Granddaddy false heat seeker.
So I dubbed it up.
Peacekeeper, granddaddy false heat seeker.
Let me go
Watch
back.
the steppers getting deeper, deeper. Peacekeeper, granddaddy false heat seeker.
I dubbed it up.
Peacekeeper, granddaddy false heat seeker. Watch the steppers getting deeper, deeper. Peacekeeper, granddaddy false heat seeker.
Okay, without the EQ.
Peacekeeper, granddaddy false heat seeker. Watch the steppers getting deeper, deeper. Peacekeeper, granddaddy false heat seeker.
And then I put that reverb on it to sit it back in the track.
Peacekeeper, granddaddy false heat seeker. Watch the steppers getting deeper, deeper. Peacekeeper, granddaddy
Then I just threw this in there. These are called sprinkles. I call these sprinkles. Like, you know, you sprinkle salt and shit and pepper and stuff. Call them sprinkles. Just kind of gives it a little. Some people call them risers. I just call them sprinkles / risers, whatever you want to call it. And then that allows the I ain't got nothing on that, so I'm gonna fix that to make that sit better in the track in the mix. Right? There's nothing on there, and it sounds like this with the vocals and all that.
Granddaddy Frost,
So it goes like this. It'll be like.
Peacekeeper, Granddaddy Frost, heat seeker. Peacekeeper, Granddaddy Frost, heat seeker. Watch the steppers getting deeper, deeper. Peacekeeper, Granddaddy Frost, heat seeker. Peacekeeper, Granddaddy Frost, heat seeker. Watch the steppers getting deeper, deeper.
And I'm gonna mention this, like this little part right here. Like I was messing around with the bass with it, but I couldn't get it to sit right, so I took it out. And it didn't sit right in there. So I was like, I'm taking that shit out. But I'm gonna go back to it because I like how what I did, right? So I was like, all right. Right? It was like, let me see if I can find it with this bass up here. See, it ain't sound right. Like it's not. I ain't got my frequencies right, so I'm gonna come back to that. So I took that out. Took that out. But that's basically it. So, you know, I would say for anybody that's mixing, a lot of times we do send it out, but most of the times we doing pre-production. So if you spend hours making beats, shit, why not spend hours learning to mix? You know, studying sound. That's basically what it is. That's why God gave us ears. You spend more time listening than, you know, other than, not, learning. I like to learn. I'm a learner. So, but that's what the track, and this track really is, when I was doing it, like I said, it's a reference track for me to help me. But I'm going to drop some poetry on this, John. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my experience over in the Gulf. Because I feel people need to know about soldiers, fighting in the war and things that we may experience. But I'm not going to go into depth. I'm just going to kind of tell you some things. Nothing wrong with the military. You live in America, you should fight for America. That's me. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and play this track on out, and I'm going to go ahead and get on up out of here. I really appreciate y'all joining. And also, they changed the algorithm in IG, which I just found out the other day. If you wonder why you don't get so many likes or people not coming and checking your stuff out, it's because now they want you to have so many likes per week or whatever. My wife was telling me for them for your friends to know. So you got to turn on your notification in order for you to on your phone, in order for you to know when somebody posts something. But I think that's fucked up, because they shouldn't do that. It's like they limit, they determining who see what you do and who don't see what you do. Facebook already did that shit. Twitter did that shit. That's why I don't fuck with Facebook like that no more. I came to IG because I was getting the love. Now they taking away my love that I like to watch other people, and I don't know when they put something up. So I'm definitely on a lot of people's pages and checking your work out, because I like to see people work and see people elevate. Like I said, the name of my company is Elevation Productions. Elevation stands for individual striving to elevate. And I think that's fucked up, the way they're controlling it. But it is what it is. But there is ways around that. So if you are a supporter and a true person that like to learn and like to support other people, I'm keeping you aware. You got to be conscious of this shit. And it's really fucked. I'm really pissed the fuck off. I ain't gonna lie. I'm fucking pissed off. But I'm not gonna allow it to consume me. Ain't nothing wrong with being pissed off. It's just how the fuck I channel it. And now I'm channeling it. But I'm getting ready to go hit that pool and go swim about 30, 40 laps and get it in. But I still got to come back to it. But I'm not letting it consume me too much. But just to be aware of that, all right? So I want everybody to know that. But here go the track right here.
Granddaddy Frost heat seeker. Peacekeeper, Granddaddy Frost heat seeker. Watch the steppers getting deeper, deeper.
Yo, I just want to thank everybody for joining in. I think I just show you that some of the things that I'm working on, and I hope it helps you out. For those of that don't produce, that want to know the process, this is what they call digital recording. I really don't. I love digital recording. It's nice, but I'm really outboard gear. I like to do that, but it's just technology. What it is. I love the advancement of technology. I'm not one of them old heads that just say fuck all that. Nah, it's cool. For those who like hip hop, you know what hip hop is. It's in its purest form, but you know there's things evolved into things. I ain't got nothing against mumble rap and all that. To me, it's a part of hip hop. We just got to learn to accept it and embrace it, cause it is a part. You know, we had our time, they got their time, and it is what it is. So, trap music, I like trap music. I do a little bit of trap beats. That's really not my forte. I'm boo back, and I'm gonna stay in my lane, stay in my frequency. That's another problem we got. We always jumping in others, trying to tell the young cats what to do. I mentor youth. I'm part of the 500 Initiative program. I do a lot of stuff for kids, and that's what it's all about. So a lot of people talk about the kids, all these F and all this and this and that. They doing all these drugs and popping all these pills and all that. Shit, we all did that. Music is made on fucking drugs, man. So all this hating and knocking the youth, y'all need to, all the old heads, y'all need to cut that shit out. Like, cause if you talk around youth around me, I'm gonna bomb the shit out of you. I'm telling you, that's how I roll. I'm gonna tell you what it is. You gotta stop that. That's being hypocritical. Because we all did it. They got their turn, so we had our turn in our air. Let them have their turn. And just stay in your lane and stay in your own frequency and feel your vibrations. And then everybody else will gel together. Because music ain't nothing but frequencies and vibrations, and it's made of many different colors. I don't care what color it is. Who you are. Black, brown, red, yellow, white. Just do the knowledge, man. My name is Granddaddy Frost. And I'm here to help y'all. Cold current beats. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention for you mixers that's mixing your own stuff. set your monitors. If you got the ability to change your frequency on your monitor, your mids and your high, set them to flat. Cause I wasn't doing that, and now I'm doing it, and it sounds better. And then once you mix, you got a car, run out to your damn car, put it in your car, see how it sound. Run out, put it in your ear pods and see how it sound. Once everything sound right and everything, then you know you got it. So it's gonna take some time, but you gotta work with it. All right. Feel free to leave some comments. Thanks again for watching. Peace. Now I gotta figure out how to stop this thing.